All right. So in today's episode 792, we're going to be talking about from burnout to breakthrough, how entrepreneurs can grow their business without destroying their health. Yep, you heard that right. We're excited. Our guest is hanging out in the virtual green room right now, and we're going to be bringing her up. Don't you worry. Don't you fear. We have Nicole, Coach Coley Cole, we call her Nicole Williams, with us here in the virtual studio on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, where the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we're going to do just that in this episode, in this segment. So go ahead and tag a few business friends, business besties, and tell them they need to be here. But you know what? I bet other people that are listening can take part in this as well. So welcome again to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. We'll get started right after this quick intro.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We are so excited to have you with us. Listen, if you are live, let us know. If you're live streaming with us on Facebook, we're a couple of places on Facebook. If you are live streaming with us on LinkedIn, let us know. If you're live streaming on YouTube or Instagram, we appreciate you. And absolutely all of those that are listening later on in our podcast, Apple Podcasts, y'all stay at the top of the list, but Spotify is a strong second into all of the platforms where you might be listening to this. And you know what? Some people say, Sharvette, I just go to Sharvette.com. That's the easiest place for me to watch or listen because I can see the guest's beautiful face and read their bio and get all the links and all that. So Sharvette.com is a great place. But if you are over on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like, what are you doing? Why are you not subscribing? We need you to subscribe. And listen, YouTube is jumping already. Shout out to my sister Kim, Joe, Deborah hanging out over on YouTube. Hello, Roberto and Marilyn over on YouTube from New York. Listen, my mother gonna always be in the house. Shout out to Betty Jean, always over there in the house. And as we get ready for this episode, this is timed so well because yesterday, as of the day before this live broadcast, I celebrated 8 years as a full-time business owner. So woo, shout out to me. Look, I'm gonna toot my own horn. So if you see some posts around social media, if you're following me, which if you're not, like, why not? Sharvette, go ahead and comment on the post. And it's just a great celebration because listen, don't take for granted. Like, there are people in business today and they're out of business the next day, or they've been in business for years. And for whatever reason, tariffs, a lot of different things, people had to pivot, or they had to make adjustments, or they had to make the choice to take care of their health. And they did a few other things, which is a segue right into today's topic. We have Nicole Williams. We call her Coach Coley Cole here with us, who is a licensed professional counselor. I'm going to be reading her full bio. In this segment 792 is from burnout to breakthrough, how entrepreneurs can grow their businesses without destroying their health. Welcome. I see you all coming on in. Thank you for the likes and the hearts already that we see coming in. Welcome over on Instagram. So let me go ahead and introduce our guest. Yes, thank you so much. Hey there, welcome. Hello, Dr. Jai over on Facebook. We're glad to have you. So, as a way of a formal introduction, and our full bio for our guests is on Sharvette.com, or look down below in the show notes. Nicole, Coach Coley Cole Williams, has been working in the mental health field for 30 years and is a licensed professional counselor, licensed substance abuse professional, transformational coach, motivational speaker, author of children's books, author of mental health journals and self Help Books. Shout it out there. She operates as the founder and a CEO of Nick of Time Services LLC, which is an outpatient therapy company that is located in Virginia and in Nevada. And she uses her fun and motivating and interactive social media speaker platform called Cole Live to empower women, organizations, and students to overcome their fears and doubts of being their true, authentic selves by teaching them ways of renewing their minds, being leaders, and overcoming mental health challenges. Without further ado, coming live on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, put your hands together for Nicole Williams. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Listen, they're clapping and cheering and all the things. So we're excited, certainly, to have you here, and love. Look, they still clapping. Love coming through in the chat there. The kitchen strategist is in the building. Listen, Cole, they're shouting you out already. And so it was so great because we had the opportunity to have you as one of our speakers for our Platform Builder Summit this past November, our 9th event. So we've seen you in action in person, and so transparent. And when I posted that you were the guest for this show, one of our summit guests was like, "Oh, I'm definitely tuning in to hear about you." And so how is, we've been dealing with snow here. I know you have a Virginia office, but are you in sunny Nevada?
I am in Las Vegas in southern in good old Nevada here. I was talking to some people in the snow there, and somebody said, "Ooh, we got high 19 degrees the other day." So, oh my goodness. And I had to burst my sister's bubble today when she asked me, "What's the weather?" I said, "Well, you don't want to hear, but it's 73.
Oh, okay. We're gonna let you have that. We're gonna let you have that. And so let's jump right on in, because you've helped countless women navigate stress, trauma, self-doubt. And what do you see as the biggest silent burnout triggers for women entrepreneurs, who are trying to do it all while building their dreams?
For me, it is what I've seen the most is the emotional piece, the commitment to over responsibility. I have to do it all, because if I don't do it, nobody else will. The silent burnout out of not asking for help because of either pride or because we've been conditioned to do it all. So I don't see a lot of women resetting. I don't see a lot of women taking time for themselves, even though we say, "Oh, we're going to get pedicures or manicures." Like that. That's a minute or two. But I'm talking about consistent, every day, taking time for yourself, and realizing that you will burn out. Just like if you don't put gas in the car, it's going to burn out. Yeah. So, and that's how many times you put gas in your car. You don't just do that once. You got to do it all the time. Yeah. So one is improving themselves to people, or feeling like they have to prove themselves to people, because typically we don't have to. We just feel like we have to prove that we can do it, because the society has said that women can do it all. We're the strong. We're, fight the power. We got this.
You're right.
But not because we need to do it all our own. We need some help and some support. So I am working with the women on helping them to recondition their minds that this is not okay. This is not okay. This not means you're a strong woman because you overcommit and you have too much responsibility. That's not resilience. That's burnout.
Ooh, that's burnout. And particularly if you are a business owner, you are an entrepreneur, whether that is full-time, whether that is side gig, whether that's part-time, our plates are already stacked already. And so your work really centers around renewing the mind and embracing authenticity. And so how can women entrepreneurs break free from this pressure to perform, to please, to be perfect, all the things, instead of, build businesses that really honor who they truly are?
Well, like I said, when I spoke at your conference, thank you for having me, by the way. It
You're
was
welcome.
one of the best times of my life, connecting with all the women and seeing them live. But the Renew platform is a book I wrote on mindset for women, and I stand by it. It stands for Renew, Educate, Nurture, Evaluate, and then put in the work. And that's something that you should be doing consistently. That's not a one-time thing. That's not a beginning of the year. Let me make a vision board and see what renew I need to do. That's every day. Every day you should be redefining and finding out, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing today as a business owner? Educating yourself on what do I need to do as a leader, business owner, or even if you're a high profile professional. What is it that I need to do? What do I need to educate myself on? Because nothing is new under the sun. Somebody else is already doing it.
Yeah.
Don't reinvent the wheel, right?
Right.
Don't do that. That's double work. Work smarter, not harder.
Right.
And then nurturing yourself and getting those things inside of you. You have to pay to play. You got to pay for conferences. You have to pay to learn things that somebody else has done that is successful or that is in the vein where you would like to be. And also learning yourself what you need to do. We learn up until 12th grade, and then we go to college or not, and then we don't need to learn anymore. How is that possible? You've been doing it for 12 years. And if you went to college, you've been doing it for like 20. Right. And all of a sudden, you don't feel like you need to read anything. You don't feel like you need to do anything. Yeah. That's not good. And I also say that when you evaluate and you look at your systems, and you heard me right, and I know you teach a lot on systems. And I think like your program is awesome on systems. Systems means that I don't do it all by myself. Yeah. I have an admin. I have somebody who does my billing. I have somebody who helps me with the marketing. Yeah. If you have a hard time letting go and creating systems, then this is going to be an expensive journey for you, not just in time, but in your energy, in your mindset. And as a leader, if you don't know how to delegate and get things done because you can put some trust in other people that can help make your vision go forth, then you're going to continue to burn out. And then putting in the work does not mean every day I'm sitting there hardcore working. That means I'm putting in the work that I learned to delegate. So you know what? Let me do that. I learned to rest. Let me do that. Yeah. And the work means I took time to go learn something and went to a conference or went on a retreat that helped me replenish myself. It's an expensive habit to keep betraying yourself.
Ooh,
you know how much that costs?
Wait a minute. It is an expensive, we got to say that again. Clip that. It is an expensive habit
to betray yourself.
Betray yourself.
Betraying yourself costs a whole lot of money. It costs a whole lot of energy, and it costs a whole lot of time. When you don't put yourself as a priority, as a business owner, as a leader, as a woman that's active in the community, no matter how many things you have to do, there will always be something to do. Yeah. It's going to be an expensive habit. Why? Because you're going to get stressed out. You're going to end up buying medicine. You're going to end up talking to a therapist, which nothing wrong with a therapist, but how long do we need to go if we're going to keep betraying ourselves? You're going to spend a lot of money on trying to get the next best thing to make you feel good, to make you feel like you're successful because you betrayed yourself. That's an expensive habit.
Ooh, and we got to go back to this delegating. Welcome to all those that are popping in episode 792 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're talking about from burnout to breakthrough, how entrepreneurs can grow their businesses without destroying their health, mental health, but then there's other impacts, physical health. But I want to go back to this delegation piece because for those that are feeling like, you know, it's hard for me to let go. You can even delegate, even if you're saying, okay, I'm not at the place to delegate in my business. Maybe it's a revenue question. You can delegate in your personal life. You could start with, instead of spending maybe 3 hours in the grocery store, that you do a pickup where you do the grocery shopping on the app and then let somebody else actually go pick it up and bring it to your car. You could hire a maid service. You could do a laundry service. So some of those things may be small, but they train you to delegate so that then your time is freed up to do anything else. That's I'm throwing that in for free.
Yes.
But
yes.
any thoughts on that?
Yes, I totally agree. We were joking because when we bought our house here in Vegas, I said, I'm getting a house cleaner.
Yeah.
And my husband said, why? You can do that. I can, but that don't mean I got time to. And it also doesn't mean I have the energy to. And sometimes the cost of peace is worth it all. If it's going to cost me a little something to get a lot of peace, that's worth it.
Listen,
if it's going to cost me a little something to give me a lot of time, that's worth it.
Listen, that $5 I paid Kroger for that Kroger pickup, and Kroger, y'all need to sponsor me.
Yes,
it was the best $5 I spent. Now I know some of y'all listening gonna say, I like grocery shopping. Okay, you can keep grocery shopping, but
yes,
the point is, you can find delegation in other ways that. And the point is to renew. We're talking about renewing your mind and help you to think a little bit differently. So certainly as a CEO leading teams across Virginia and Nevada, you've seen really the power of, boundaries and systems. We just started talking a little bit about that. So what are a few game-changing practices that women can put in place to grow their businesses without sacrificing the peace, the health, the joy, all the things?
So my number one thing is boundaries.
Yeah.
And y'all be on the lookout. The book is coming out in the next month and a half. Boundaries are beautiful.
All right.
Talking about leadership and boundaries and how it is in every area of our lives. And I feel like in this time that we're in right now, the burnout because of the lack of boundaries is so real. And people think boundaries is a bad word. Okay. Oh, I got a wall up. But you have to realize that boundaries have a way of getting in and out. If you grew up like me and you had a chain fence in your yard, I grew up in Virginia, so we have chain fences, and you can see in and out, but there's also a gateway where people have to get unlocked to come in. Right. That's still a boundary, but there's holes in the fence that there's things that can come in or out, but there's still some parameters. And I think of our lives like chain fences. There's holes that allow us to have things that come in and out because those are the things that we set as boundaries for our lives. But then there's a gate where we let a lot of things in, and there's a gate where you can't come in unless I unlock it. Right. So I think that leaders don't have a lot of clear boundaries because it's been a taboo so long. Like you should never say no.
Yeah.
Saying no is one whole sentence. No.
Yes.
That's one whole sentence that you should not be ashamed of because you're giving of your time. You're giving of your energy. So saying no and having boundaries is a thing and can be done in a way that it is respectful. And it can be done in a way that sets a clear tone without being aggressive, and you don't have to be rude just because you have boundaries. Everybody should have boundaries. A quick story on a little kid in the daycare I was talking to, and 5 years old now, 5 years old. And we're talking about boundaries. And even in business, when you have people in your circle, watching who you have in your business circle, who are you letting into your life that close to you that can help you with your business or hurt your business? Like we have to make sure we're looking at that. 5-year-old said to me, he was at the playground, and I said, well, why are you not playing with, this is my guy, so why are you not playing with him? And he said, because he doesn't want to play with me. And I said, yeah, but maybe you should go talk to him. And he said, why would I force myself to talk to somebody that doesn't want to play with me? So I'm fine with that. It's other friends here. And he went on about his business.
Listen, a child shall lead them. And there's a book out that says, everything you need to know by 5. So
I agree with that. He had no problems. He said, so I'm moving on. So why do we as leaders and business owners feel like we have to continue to knock, and nobody's answering because we feel like that has to happen for us in that way? Move on. That's just not for you. It is okay that is not your lane. It might be somebody else's, but it might not be yours. So understanding who's in your circle, understanding who you have in your line of fire that's going to help you or hurt you is very important. The other thing I say is checking in with yourself. I know people say, Nicole, you talk to yourself. I talk to myself all day, every day.
Listen, use your voice.
Yeah, we had the best conversations. What they say, I'm having a business meeting with myself every day. And I have to check in with myself because it's real. And I don't think a lot of owners, leaders check in with themselves enough. I'm not going to say they don't, but they don't do it enough to tell themselves, hey, how you doing right now? Do you need a minute? Is this too much for you today? Or maybe you did enough today and you're okay to take a break. It's okay for you to watch, 3 episodes of Bridgerton if you feel like it.
Right.
It's okay. Check in with yourself and be honest with yourself and say it's okay to do that. So I think those are little nuggets that I say are little, but they make a big impact if we work to stay on top of them. Is it easy? No, because of course we have businesses and we feel like they're going to fall to the ground if we don't do something. But the business, if you got systems in place like we talked about, will be fine if you take some time off.
And also looking at the impact of health, like we're talking, today from burnout to breakthrough, how entrepreneurs can grow their businesses without destroying their health. And so these things that you are offering, suggesting, like it's the mental health, it's the physical health. Talk a little, just a little bit about how maybe someone not having their boundaries set impacts their health.
So one thing about not having your boundaries set, and I'll say it until I can't say it no more. If you are not setting boundaries, you are burning bridges. If you are not setting boundaries, you are burning yourself out. And what do they say? Burning a candle at both ends.
Yeah.
That means I got to go to the doctor because I got stress. I talked before about a testimony I had carpal spasms because I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just busy on the grind, which we think is a grind because we were taught to grind.
Yeah.
But then you're burnt out and then you don't have anything left. So you're walking around at 60, 65 years old with the business you built that you're proud of, but you have no energy to even celebrate what you've done because you burnt out, right? So now you're at the doctor's office because you burnt out. Now you stressed out and your hair's falling out, which happens, and that's a real thing from stress.
Yeah.
People don't understand how big stress is as a silent killer to people, and we just think we on our grind. We just think we doing it. But are you really when you can't sleep at night because you got too much anxiety? Are you really when you can't play with your loved ones or kids or even go out on a dinner date with your friends or with your spouse because you too tired and you don't have time? You got to realize that burnout don't just affect you. It affects everybody that's around you.
Ooh. That's why you have a book coming out about burnout. Okay, so tell us the details. You got some books that are available now, some things that are available now, but what is coming? Because I could see why you got the passion to talk around burnout.
Yes, burnout. It's called Boundaries Are Beautiful. And I'm writing that because it is something I had to learn the hard way. I learned all my life that, have a wall up or make sure you don't let anybody hurt you. Make sure you don't let anybody hurt your business and everybody's not out to help you. And some of those things are true in context. However, if I go the rest of my life feeling like nobody's for me, nothing is going to help me, I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm going to be a one-man show.
Yeah.
Right. But I can do this with boundaries that say what I allow, boundaries that say what I don't allow, boundaries that say what I'm going to give, because it's not just for somebody else. It's what I'm going to give. If I say I'm not doing anything on Wednesday night, I got to stick. That's my boundary. Like that's what I choose to do. Yeah. But there's also a difference, and you'll see in the book, in expectations and boundaries. People think boundaries are expectations. Boundaries are not expectations. Boundaries are rules I set for my life and my parameters. Expectations is what I expect somebody else might do. Boundaries are what I'm going to do.
Oh, good.
Right?
Yeah.
Expectations are what I might expect someone to come support me at a speaking engagement, and they might not show up.
Mm-hmm.
But my boundary says if nobody shows up, I'm going to do it for me.
I'm going to knock it out the park.
I'm going to do it like it's 1,000 people in here.
Listen, let them know. And in my T.I. voice, let them know. Let them know,
right?
So where can people stay up to date of like the book release and all the other books that you have available? Where should they go?
You can shop on colicolive.com. That's where the books are, where my merchandise is. I have shirts that have sayings on them that I've created over the years. One is "Don't waste time, wasting time."
Ooh.
Another one is "Nothing great happens in a comfort zone." Another one, because I was burning myself out, was "Give me a minute and I'll put some in it." Because if you tell me be ready at 5:30 and then you call me back and say, "Girl, I ain't gonna get there at 5:45." Oh, well, then that give me time to go season some chicken and put some in it. I'm gonna do something else, right? That's not always healthy. That's not healthy to just throw myself into something else. But I had to learn that if you give me a minute, I'm gonna put something in it. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's not. So I have a shirt that has sayings, and my famous saying that I say at the end of everything is, "I love to stay and chat, but I gotta go." That's something I used to say with my dad all the time, and our last words to each other before he passed. And I take that with me because I would love to stay and chat with everybody all the time. But God has given me assignments. I got things to do. Not being rude, but sometimes I got to go. And that's a boundary too, that I can't stay and talk to you all day. You know, I can't be in your face all day when I'm supposed to be doing something. You over here making your money. But what about me?
Yeah.
You know, so you can find them on colicolive.com. That's where you can get the merchandise and the books, and you can see all my speaking engagements. And if you want me to speak, plug myself there. You can go there. Nickoftimeservices.com is my counseling site. So if you're in need of mental health services and counseling, family services, that's where you go for those kind of services on that side. And the Colico Live side is for my coaching and my speaking, and I do events. My retreat is coming up September 12th that I did last year. Doing it again in Las Vegas, September 12th. There's a lot of events I have coming up that are going to be on the site. I was going to do one in Richmond, but y'all got snowed out, so I had to cancel that. So I'll be doing it again, though. I'll be doing it, and I will let everybody know. And that one is called Bevs and Boundaries. That we'll be talking about boundaries and having some bevs to talk about it too. So I will make sure that I let Sharvette know when that is, and follow my site. And I'm the same on everything. Instagram, I'm Colico Live. Facebook, I'm Colico Live. On YouTube, I'm Colico Live. TikTok, I'm Colico Live with a 1 behind it. And then LinkedIn, you can find me under Nicole Williams, but Colico Live will come up too.
All right. I love that. And let me just check the comments here. Yes. Dr. Travis, thank you for popping in. He was recently on the show. Hello, Rachel. As an educator, give me a minute is my go-to. I love that. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you being in the mental health field, I am. This segment is actually brought to you and brought to the listeners by the Platform Builder program, which is my 12-month program that's all around marketing, visibility, branding. And this next cohort that we have opened up is specifically for our mental health professionals. So you'll see down below, those that are listening, if you're in the mental health field and you've been saying, I want to, move to more private pay, I want to add life coaching, I want to do more speaking, write books, things of that nature. If you're interested, there is a link for us to have a conversation. And if you're like, you know what, I heard about this from when you were talking to Coach Cole, just list her name there in the chat. Rachel, let me catch this. I will be following you. I'm an advocate for mental health and caregivers in the Black community. Awesome. Thank you.
I love that, Rachel. We might have to do something together. I love it.
Yeah. Listen, happy birthday to one of our favorite listeners from all the way from Wakanda, Wendy Lee. Have we taken the offering yet? Listen, offering is always available and open there. So our time is flying by. My last question for you, certainly through Coach Coley, Coley Cole Live, you are empowering women to overcome fear and doubt. And so how do cultural expectations around family roles or internalized pressure, how do they uniquely impact us that are women entrepreneurs? And, how do we rewrite some of these narratives?
Listen, let me take my glass off, make sure the ladies can see me for this. Listen, culturally, we have been trained culturally throughout time to have so much on our backs. So much. It's almost like we can carry a horse, a camel, a mule all at the same time and do the dishes, cook the food, and go to work. That's not realistic. That is not realistic. My goal for the next, 200 some days of this year, and I said that this was going to be my goal, is to unnormalize carrying too much. We as women feel like if I do this, and this, I'm doing all of this, and I'm doing a lot. I'm doing everything. Well, that's good that you got a lot going on. You got a lot of irons in the fire, but are any of them hot?
Right.
Because you're so tired. Because culturally, the women, let's give it to, I love our men. I think they're great. I think they're a wonderful support. Shout out to my husband I all the time. But he always says to me, I don't know how you do all that. Because we built differently. We're built to withstand, but that does not mean that we should do everything. And that is one thing. I do not want people to start learning that it is normal to be stressed. That it is normal to be doing too much. It is normal to have so many things on your plate. That might be the norm as we've seen it, but it doesn't have to be our reality. Yeah. So my goal is to help retrain the mind, renew the mindset that does not have to be your reality. It is okay for you to say no. It is okay as a Black woman, a woman of color, to say, I cannot do that today. To say, let me think about it. You don't have to say yes to everything. Let me think about it. It's okay for you to have an agenda that does not include some other people. It's okay.
Amen.
So as a culture, I want us to learn that it is okay to take time for yourself. That is that the norm that we've seen is why we see so many people of color dying early. It's why we see so many people of color not seeing the fruits of their labor in their children, or not seeing the fruits of the labor of their business, because you're so stressed out, because culturally you feel like I got to just keep going and going and going. That's not normal. That's not good. And that's not resilience. I will keep saying it. That is burnout. Yeah. So I want people to learn some boundaries so they don't burn out, and also learn that my culture has created me to be a firm foundation. But that don't mean I got to be the whole building.
Oh, listen, you are dropping bars today. You are dropping bars today. I am looking for you right now on TikTok, a must follow. So TikTok, do we have it correct? It's the same.
Coley Cole Live with the number 1 behind it.
Okay, that's it. Coley Cole Live with the number 1 behind it. Coley Cole Live with the number 1 behind it. And again, if you're listening to the podcast, just look down below in the show notes, and that absolutely, yes, great points from my sister Kim. Absolutely. And yes, this definitely is a big issue for the caregiving community as well. And so that's why I said this is geared towards entrepreneurs and small businesses. Yes. But listen, anyone listening in, you picking up what we're putting down. So the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate Nicole Williams.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, I my motivation comes a lot from my grandmother who passed, and from my family who's from Trinidad, from another country. Okay. And when they came, my mom and dad and grandmother came over here, my grandmother had one goal: to make it. Not making it was not an option. And growing up, my brother and I, we talked about this, we're 11 months apart. We're real close, and we talked about it all the time, and have a sister who's 6 years older than me. And the three of us learned from my grandmother very early that you have to get out there to create your legacy. And make your name, because that's all you have is your name.
Yeah.
You think about all the social media and everything. Everything is based on your name. Somebody just asked you 2 different times how to find me by my name.
Yeah.
If my name is not good, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Right. So that makes or break it. So that means that I'm motivated to make sure that my name speaks volumes in the community. And one thing I've learned through my walk with God is that God wants his name to be used, but he wants our names to speak volumes for him. So who am I? I'm not letting my name speak volumes so somebody can say, oh, I already know her. She believes in God. I didn't even have to ask her. You already know just by the fruit, right?
Yeah.
And that motivates me because somebody's watching. Somebody's looking. If you have a Facebook, Instagram, or any kind of page, and you're always worried about how many likes, how many followers do I have? And you don't see a high number, but if you go and look at those analytics and you see, you might have let's just say 100 followers, but 700 people watched it.
Right.
What does that tell you? People are looking, people are watching. And because people are watching, you never know who you're going to touch. I never know who I'm going to impact. I never know whose life may be changed by something I did or didn't do. And that motivates me to keep going because all I got is my name and all I have is my mission and all I can live on is my testimony. So that'll preach. I could give myself.
Listen, you almost got happy.
I'll give myself offer for that.
But Nicole, I'm telling you, we got to wrap this up. But that looking at but what if it's one follower that needed to hear? Like we're looking at, like you said, you only see 100 or you have, but there could be that one person that needed what you had to say. There could be that one person that's got a contract that they heard you in that contract, bless your whole life, and you had 50 views on the video.
Yes,
one person watched it that needed to watch it and was pivotal. So.
And you just never know. I give a shout out to you for everything you've done so far that I have watched. And I've been following you for a long time. And one thing that you said at the conference that I took away was when you showed us a chat prompt on how to get it to prompt us to do something, to get some alerts. And I've been using that thing. And do you know I've gotten 3 paid speaking engagements just off of what you said?
Come on!
Just off of what you said.
It worked.
I said, oh, Sharvette was right. This thing is working. And because I'm telling the people, y'all, if y'all ain't signed up for her program, get in there, because I'm telling you, the nuggets help, and it even helped me to show up. And these are places that I would not normally go. And I just said, all right, God, I need to do these things. I mean, one is like a Indian reservation. I would have never even thought to even look there. And they, oh yes, please come. Yes. And we want to pay you. Oh, okay. Because of an alert I got. But just to think, if I didn't step out, or if I didn't think I need my name to be out there in a positive way, so whatever God got for me for the people I need to give, I would have never done that. If I wasn't motivated to keep going just because I heard some no's, and that was a one yes. I mean, I'm gonna hear a lot of no's, but it's always gonna be a yes somewhere, right? So I figured for myself, my grandmother, my dad who pushes me, my mom who's still alive who pushes me. They're
my mom too.
Your mom is my girl. That's my girl right there. Hey, that pushes me daily because somebody paved the way for you and I to do what we're doing right now.
Absolutely.
My grandmother came from a whole nother country to build a whole new life by herself, just to say, you can do this. You can make a way, even if you don't have, she didn't have much money to her name, one little suitcase. And she made a legacy off of the fact that she knew she had a mission. So my motivation is to keep the mission going. Like I said, I've got a foundation, but I got to live. I can't be the whole building, but I got to live through my testimony. But I can't have my testimony if I'm not out here doing it. So
All right. And thank you so much for certainly all the work that you do in the mental health field. That is a ripple effect. Your locations here in Virginia and your location, your offices, let me say that way, in Nevada as well.
Yes.
So, all right. I have taken more time than I asked for. I've stolen more time than I've asked for.
Sorry, y'all.
Thank you for stopping by, and we wish you much more continued success.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right. I am telling you, amazing. If you missed any portion and you came in, you're like, oh, that was good right on the end. Listen, honey, you need to watch all of it. So an easy way to do that is go to Sharvette.com. You can have the option to listen to the podcast version on the go. You can watch the YouTube version and also Nicole's full bio and links are at Sharvette.com. But certainly wherever you are watching or listening, you will be able, as soon as we hang up, to go back and watch and or listen to the full episode. Thank you for all those that have been hanging out with us in the chat. Awesome show. I agree, Lady Di. Thank you. Awesome word as well. Thank you, Rachel Butler. Love Banks. Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm building, a legacy. And Rachel was like, I'm gonna rewatch. She was here heavy in the comments. She was like, I'm gonna rewatch it. That's right. There were some things said that we need to hear and hear again. And as I mentioned before, and thank you, Coach Coley Cole, who is in the mental health field. Our Platform Builder program is not a new program. We're in this will be the 11th cohort of this. However, what we are doing that is different is that we are tailoring this cohort to just mental health professionals. And we literally, every time we've done a cohort, we've had mental health professionals in it. We've had mental health professionals and accountants and realtors and all of that. But what is different about this, the Platform Builder program and the actual cohort that is starting this month, is that it is only for therapists, clinicians, mental health professionals. So if you are in the space of saying, hey, I went to school, and listen, our mental health professionals have some of the most highest levels of education, licensing. They keep their credentials up because they have CEUs they have to meet every couple of years. But guess what? They did not teach you about marketing. Their marketing was not in the curriculum. And so that's a piece that you actually have to figure out. And marketing can even feel counterintuitive to the one-on-one work that you do. However, if you realize, hey, I want to add more self-pay clients, guess what? That's you. The buying decision is now just like any other consumer and any other service. If you're saying, I want to stretch beyond therapy and not be constrained to perhaps some of the things I can do for therapy, but maybe I want to do life coaching or leadership coaching. So how do I promote and get into that space? If you're saying, I want to be like Nicole and do more speaking engagements. She's spoken for Tory Burch and other great places. And you're needing to really strengthen your personal brand and your presence and your visibility for speaking and contracts related to workshops and training and all of that. The Platform Builder program could be the next step for you. And so the link is down below in the chat, wherever you're watching. Even if you're on the podcast, look for the link down below and let's just have a conversation. Let's just have a conversation. All right, that's it. And listen, let me shout out some people in the comments. Certainly Dr. Erica, thank you so much for being here. She says, I have several mental health authors who need this. We need to connect. And she is the publisher. Yeah, I'm leaking this. I'm leaking this for you. But you're going to see on my page tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I have just had the honor to be in this a coffee table book, The Modern Proverbs 31 Woman, and it's beautifully done. And so we'll be starting our pre-orders tomorrow. I have a goal of selling 50 during pre-order, so I need y'all to, hit that link. But Dr. Erica is the publisher for that. So thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, my sister is like welcoming all of the guests. Hey, April, the kitchen strategist, is stopping by. All right, I got to wrap. I got to go. I will see you all later on the web. And again, just look down below in the show notes for any of the information that you need and that we talked about today. All right, it's a wrap. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.